Did you know that babies are speaking to you and you can understand them? You just have to learn their language. I'm a mom of 7, and baby after baby, I get the same comments. Your baby is so good. Oh, your baby's so happy. Wow, you're so lucky. And though I do agree, I have really great children, luck has nothing to do with it. From the minute my baby is born, I listen to what they're saying. Every one of their needs are expressed through different sounds that they make. There are specific sounds that they make for being hungry, tired, having upper gas, lower gas, or feeling discomfort. Every baby all over the world makes the same sounds. Each of these sounds are created from reflexes that the babies are born with. Have you ever noticed that if you run your finger along the bottom of a baby's foot, the toes reach out? Those are reflexes. The words that babies speak are made just like those reflexes. I'm going to explain each of the reflex sounds these babies make and show you examples to help you understand your baby's language. So keep watching. Priscilla Dunstan was a brand new mom who also happened to have this amazing gift called photographic memory for sound. Now, I don't completely understand how it works because I am not lucky enough to have that gift. But through it, she started to recognize patterns in her son's cry. She noticed that when he'd make one sound, it meant he needed to burp. Or if he made another sound, he had lower gas. Or he'd make one sound and he always was hungry. She used that pattern to help take care of him and realized how easy it was. She put those patterns together and helped meet the needs of her baby. Later, when she was out and about, she heard another baby cry and realized, wait a second, that's the same sound that my son made. Then it happened again and again, and she started to realize that this was something that all babies made. As she continued her research and started studying babies from all over the world, she found that all babies made the same sound for the same needs because of these reflexes. As you probably already know, babies are born with a lot of reflexes that are specifically designed to help keep them safe and help them survive. Startle reflex, gag reflex, tongue thrust reflex, swallow reflex, those are all ingrained in the babies when they're born. So it's really no surprise that babies also have these reflexes that help them to communicate their needs. She titled all of these reflexes together as Dunstan Baby Language. So let's get down to it. Let's go over the 5 reflexes that the babies make. First, we have hunger, ne, upper gas, lower gas, Eair, tired, ow, and discomfort, he. Now, when I'm making these sounds, it obviously sounds a lot different from when the baby makes it, but don't worry, we'll go over that next. It may take a little bit of practicing and learning and memorizing on your part, but once you understand your baby, you can't unhear it. Good. Like I said, I've had 7 babies. It gets to the point where my babies don't even cry anymore. They just make the sound. It's the little fuss, and then clear as day, it sounds like they're speaking the words. Now, like other reflexes, your baby will outgrow these at about 4 months old. So you want to make sure that you learn their sounds and that the baby realizes that you respond to those sounds. Otherwise, they won't continue making them. However, I found that when we respond to our babies, they continue to make those cry sounds even beyond 4 months because they know their needs will be met. Let's start with what I think is the easiest sound to hear, and that is ne.
We shall say "nick" again to you if you do not appease us.
Well, what is it you want?
This is a sound they make when they're hungry. This sound is easy to recognize because, for one, it has that really strong N sound. And for 2, babies are hungry a lot, so they make this cry a lot. This sound is created because they put their tongue to the roof of their mouth as if they were to start sucking, and so it comes out as a neh when they cry. You'll notice this at the very beginning of their cry. When they start to cry, they make that neh and then continue to cry. Now let me show you neh in action. Now let me give you a warning on this one. If you are exclusively breastfeeding, once your husband understands this sound, there's nothing he can do about it, and he's gonna bring the baby straight to you. Sometimes a pacifier will help to soothe them when they make the neh sound. Practice listening to these sounds and let me know if you can hear your baby make the hunger sound. The next sound that we're gonna go over is the tired cry. The way I remember the tired cry is I think about a yawn. When you yawn, your mouth gets really big. Oh. And the tired cry does that same big open mouth ow sound. Again, when we remember those reflexes, it makes a lot of sense. Babies make this sound when they're really tired and it's time to go to sleep.
I'm tired.
This is a great time to swaddle your baby if you do that, to rock your baby, lay your baby down, depending on how they like to go to sleep. As I show you examples from my daughter, watch for the big open mouth and listen to hear that ow sound. I will also put in there that sometimes babies will have a combined cry where they make two sounds in one. This happens with my babies a lot with hunger and tired. It's a now sound. That's because my babies like to nurse to sleep. So they're telling me, I want to go to sleep, but I want to nurse and feel safe. They're not actually hungry, but that helps them to fall asleep. So pay attention, your baby might have some combined cries too. The next sound we're gonna go over is the upper gas cry, which is the eh sound. When my babies make this sound, it's a little bit more of a When your baby makes this cry, it's because they have upper gas that's stuck and needs to be released. So they would need to be burped. Listen to these examples and tell me if you can hear it. When my babies make this sound, the best thing to do is to sit them upright. Whether you're laying your baby up on your shoulder or you're holding them on your lap, helping them to be upright is gonna help that gas to move up and out.
Did you hear that?
My personal favorite way to burp a baby is to sit them on my lap and pat their back for a few seconds, and then I lift them up and gently bounce them. That really helps to release that upper gas easily, and my babies feel so comfortable that way. If you find that your baby makes this sound a lot and has a lot of discomfort and crying and irritability, you may look in to see if they have some acid reflux. My oldest daughter had this issue along with a lot of spitting up, and she ended up having acid reflux. The next sound we're gonna go over is the Eair sound. Listen to these examples and tell me if you can guess what this sound means. Yep, this one is lower gas. When your baby's making this sound, it's usually because they need to go to the bathroom or they're having a lot of extra gas. The best thing to do for your baby during this time is to get them into a comfortable position where they can easily go to the bathroom. Think squatty potty position. You can lay them down with their knees up to their tummy. You can do bicycle kicks. You can do some stomach massage to help them to be able to release the gas or go to the bathroom. I will just say, as a mom of 7, I have found chiropractic care to be amazing. If you can find a chiropractor in your area who specializes in infants, they can work wonders on your baby. If you find your baby is especially gassy and you're breastfeeding, you may look into your diet. Your baby might have a sensitivity to something you're eating, like gluten or dairy. If your baby's drinking formula, there may be something in that particular formula that just doesn't settle well with their stomach. The most valuable thing about this Dunstan baby language is that you understand your baby and then you have the power to help them in ways that they need. Babies don't cry for no reason. They cry because they have a need and they're asking for your help. And now we're on to the last sound of Dunstan baby language, which is the sound for discomfort, and that is heh. This sound was the trickiest one for me to remember, and so I remembered it by thinking about when you get into the bathtub and it's a little too hot and you go, ha, 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 ha. We still have that reflex too. I've also heard of other mamas who make the connection of the H sound to hurt, so that heh stands for hurt. When babies make the heh sound, they're uncomfortable in some way. Some of the reasons your baby might make this sound is if they need a new diaper, or maybe their clothes are a little too tight. If they're in their car seat, they might be uncomfortable, squished too tight, or the buckle might be in the wrong place. Babies might make this sound if you're holding them in an uncomfortable position. Or going back to those combined cries, your baby might make a heh and an eh sound at the same time if they need to burp, but you're lying them down flat. When you hear your baby make this heh sound, it's your job to be a sleuth. You need to figure out where the discomfort is coming from. So I personally don't even think this one is much of a cry. It's more of a fuss. But if you don't respond right away, then it turns into a cry. And once your baby gets really worked up and crying, it could be really hard to understand them. So you want to make sure with all of the sounds that you're paying attention to the first sounds that they're making and responding to their needs. Sometimes you're not able to respond to your baby's need immediately. And so it can help to even just talk to your child and say, I understand you. I know that you're hungry and you want some milk. I'm gonna feed you in just a minute. Or I know that you're tired. We're gonna go to bed soon. Talking to your baby and letting them know that you understand them and hear them really makes a difference.
You want a new diaper? Yeah, you do. I know. I'll get you a new diaper. Okay, I'll get you a new diaper. Yes, okay.
So now that we've learned all 5 of the sounds, let's do a little bit of recap and a fun quiz to see if you can tell the difference between each of these next sounds. So how'd you do? Don't worry if you didn't get all of them right on the first try. It just takes a little bit of practice to really learn their language. Feel free to watch back and listen to them and train your ears so that you can understand your baby's cry too. Each of these sounds will help you to understand your baby better and help to fulfill their needs. There may be some sounds that your baby makes that you don't understand, and there may be times that your baby is hard to console, and that's okay. Because honestly, there's some times where it's hard to console adults too. But learning these 5 needs will help calm your baby most of the time and will help calm you. Learning these 5 sounds helped me so much as a mom. When my baby would cry, I knew exactly what they needed. My husband and I are both fluent in this baby language, and it has helped us become better parents. From the very beginning, we're teaching our babies that when they speak, we understand them and we respond to their needs. This helped us to teach our children that communication is key. When they speak, we hear and we respond. So when they're newborns, they're doing Dunstan baby language, and we understand all 5 of their needs. As they get older, around that 4-month mark, like I said, when the reflexes start to go away, then we start sign language with them. Our babies have signed milk as young as 4 months old. As our children have gotten older, and now that we have teenagers, we still teach them that communication is so valuable. When you're able to express your needs and understand what others are saying, you're able to get along better. So this communication continues beyond babies and toddlers and childhood into adolescence. And we're teaching our children that we can communicate together and teaching them how to communicate with others. I hope you've learned how to understand your baby a little bit better today. Now go take care of your sweet little baby and then come back and comment and tell me if you can understand your baby. And make sure you subscribe because I'll be sharing more tips on how to take care of babies, toddlers, kids of all ages, and teenagers too.